All right, guys. So, welcome to the Joy of Life Retreat info session. Shirin and I are so excited and grateful to have you here today. You can be anywhere in the world right now. So, we really appreciate your time just to learn about our weekend retreat happening in October. This retreat is 2 months away. So, we're so excited to give you a snapshot of the magic that we have in store for you. So this retreat has a lot of intention, a lot of care, and a lot of love has gone into it. So Shirin and I are just excited to give you a snapshot.
Hi everyone. I'm Shirin. I'm going to share more about who we are. I feel like the community here live is really familiar with Liana. Liana and I have together cumulatively almost 20 years of combined experience as wellness experts and practitioners. And we're certified in breathwork, mindfulness, energy healing, and I'm a life coach myself. I love this last line. We live what we teach, embracing each day with love, presence, and play. Something I love about the work that Liana and I do together. So this is the third retreat that we've done together. But we've also kind of collaborated in each other's communities, working with each other's clients or in group programs. And I think there's a really special magic with us. The work that I do is very kind of internal, but focusing a lot on kind of how we're thinking and how we can shift what we're thinking, what we're believing, and what we're holding on to. And a lot of it kind of happens up here in the mind. And what's really beautiful about the work that I get to do with Liana is that those of you who experienced her magic and her medicine know that it is internal with kind of more of the somatics and how the body is holding on to the stories that we have and how the body is processing things. So it's like Captain Planet, right? Like with our powers combined, right? It becomes this really healing space. And every retreat that we have offered, one of the things that people say, comments that they have is really just how transformative it is because of both of our backgrounds and how we integrate it together. So that's a little bit about who we are and how we kind of work together.
Oh, thank you so much, Shirin. So, what is this retreat? This is why we're here tonight. So, the Joy of Life retreat is a weekend to rest, to play, and to reconnect with your essence. Your essence is your true nature. This is who you are beyond your identity, beyond your conditioning, beyond how you've been taught to exist in this world. Is your essence. And connecting with your essence is really connecting with your presence, your embodied presence on this earth. So, really, in just 3 days, you'll have the chance to release what's weighing you down and leave with the peace, the clarity, the courage, and joy to live fully. The work we're doing this weekend is about mindset work and embodied work to help you feel lighter in your everyday and to have everyday practical tools that you can use for your self care, your self healing, your self love practice. This is really a weekend all about you getting out of the noise of this everyday world we're in so you can really listen to who you are and to connect with yourself on a sensory level. So it's a really yummy weekend and it's all about rest, all about play, and all about connecting with your essence.
So, our intention is to create a sacred space where women can step away from the noise of daily life and experience joy through rest, play, and soul nourishing practices that root them in the present moment. I think something Liana and I are very aware of and also are navigating it as well is the world that we live in, the times that we live in, and everyone here, I have a feeling, we're all heart-centered people, folks who are really incredibly community oriented and are, in the name of social justice and collective liberation, are really kind of concerned and overwhelmed and trying to do our best to contribute in a way that's positive, right? And it's really easy during these times to kind of forget about ourselves, and our joy. And it's easy to put these things and say, okay, well, once this is over, once this is done, um I'll tend to that. And joy is intrinsic to actually being able to do the work that we all want to do, and to be able to be part of the conversations and the communities and the work that we want to be part of. And so this is, not a retreat in which we're like, um, putting it away or putting it aside, but it's about how do we work through, how do we exist fully, and how do we take care of ourselves. But we'll be doing it in a space where we can just breathe and be, and kind of fall deeper into who and what we are. So yes, that's our intention for the weekend.
And you may be wondering, what will we be doing this weekend? So this is a snapshot of some of the activities that are going to be spread out from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to be having nourishing group discussions, doing somatic journaling, two breathwork and energy healing meditations, a sound healing meditation, as well as a nature walk. The Omega Institute is on 250 acres of land, and they have really beautiful hiking trails. So being in nature is also a huge part of this experience, is how is just being on the land away from, the concrete jungle or our everyday lives, gonna allow us to ground, to be present, and to take in the nourishment of life. And each activity is going to be building towards surrendering, towards more love, more presence, and more play. So we can return home with tools for our everyday life and embrace embodied presence. So I truly believe that in every single moment in which we are present, we are connecting with this infinite energy that is unconditionally loving, unconditionally playful, and unconditionally allowing us to hold ourselves in compassion and grace. So, this weekend is for us to get out of the noise, to really see clearly the road ahead, to clean our glasses and have our eyes focus on the light, so we can move in this world with a lot of intention and a lot of care. So that's a snapshot of some of the activities. And Shirin is going to talk to us about each day of the retreat a little bit.
Yeah. So, with the Omega Institute, you arrive there usually early to late afternoon. You have a really incredible dinner. They have a farm to table situation there. It's really delicious. And then we meet up in the evening, and that first evening is about arrival into joy and rest. So, a soft yet vibrant welcome to land in your body, meet your community, and step into the spirit of joy. We'll be doing the grounding meditation. We'll have some playful movement, some sharing, and we're going to set our intentions for the weekend. And the practices for that evening will include sound healing, intention setting, and community building. So it'll be kind of a nice, easy beginning to the weekend. And then Saturday is kind of the most full day. That's our full day at the retreat space. So that day is the theme is the courage to express. We'll be doing a deep dive into the heart of self expression and truth telling. We'll be doing breath work, Liana movement and reflective practices. We'll be exploring what our limiting beliefs are, the ones that keep us kind of small and not using our voice. We'll play with new ways of speaking, communicating, showing up as our fullest selves, and we'll be supported by nature there, which is stunning, community, and the freedom to take up space. And that day, we'll be doing some workshops around mindset. We'll be doing the chanting of the Bija mantras, nature walks, and breath work. Finally, on Sunday, so that's kind of a shortened day because you'll be leaving after afternoon to go back, and that's a day of really embodying and integrating. So embodying your wholeness. We'll honor all the parts of who we are: the soft, the strong, the messy, and the magnificent. We'll be doing some more breath work. some heart-centered practices, and some future visioning, one of my favorite meditations. And your practices will include breath work, heart-centered discussions, and the future vision meditation. So kind of a way to really be able to integrate everything we've done as you go forward into the world.
It's truly a very full and beautiful weekend of Shirin and I's favorite practices to help you really connect with your essence and to rest and to play deeply in community. So you may be thinking, like, what makes this retreat special? Of course, all of these images are actually from the Omega Institute. So this is really allowing you to feel the land itself. So just having the time in nature to reset your mind, body, and spirit. Being in nature alone is incredibly healing for your nervous system. And, sensory wise, it's healing by itself. We're going to have time with a safe, supportive community to just be. This is a time for you to unmask, to not hide yourself, and to just allow yourself to take up space as this ever evolving, multidimensional being that you are. Language is such a playful thing. So we'll be feeling into just the presence of who we are and then deciding, like, what are the words with the mindset work? Like, what is the language that we want to keep in defining ourselves? And finally, the time just for you. Like, this is just for you to turn inward, to be held, and to learn the practical tools for your everyday life. So, you're going to be learning the mindset skills. You're going to learn the bija mantras, the breathwork skills. So, you'll have this beautiful foundation of meditative practices as well as mindset practices to support you after the retreat.
What does the Omega Institute offer? I don't know if folks here have been to the Omega Institute. It's a really really special place. Um, as Liana said, it's a huge sprawling piece of land that includes forest trail walks. There's also a beautiful, beautiful lake there, which in the summer you can swim in. It's a little too cold when we get there, but there are ducks there. It's just a very, very relaxing, special place. There's 3 really delicious farm to table meals per day. There are daily open classes that are free to anyone who's on the property. So there's meditations, yoga, tai chi, and also, which we don't have here, yes, actually, there it is. There's a wellness center as well where you can get massages, facials, energy work. So this can really be a weekend for you. And we do have, space and time within the weekend, even though it's quite short, for you to be able to fully take advantage of the Omega Institute and what it has to offer as well.
So you may be wondering, like, where will we stay? So when you're registering, if you decide to move forward and registering for the workshop, excuse me, for the weekend retreat, there's a couple of different options that you have. So there's the option of having a single room with a private bathroom, which is a queen size bed. You could have a private room with a shared bathroom, or you could stay in the dorm, so which is a twin bed. I have done workshops at the Omega Institute and I have stayed in the dorm. So just speaking from that experience, it's like a college style dorm room in which there's a hall bathroom at the end and you share the bathroom. It's very cozy, very comfortable, and it's so quiet there that you get really deep rest. And each of these accommodations have heat and air conditioning as well. And you are encouraged to bring your own sheets, your pillow, but the pillow and blanket are provided. So it's comfortable accommodations. It isn't the fanciest accommodations, to be honest with you, but it's very comfortable nature camping style accommodations. And I've also stayed in the private cabin with a private bathroom. So if you want the most comfortable experience to be, alone and to have your own private space, those rooms are very comfortable as well. Sharon, do you want to say anything about the rooms? Because I know you've
Yes,
stayed in the dorms as well.
I've stayed in the dorms as well, and I stayed there extensively for 2 weeks. I did a longer
Oh,
program there.
wow.
And I actually found it really like at first I was like, shared bath, excuse me. But everyone's an adult there. So I think maybe there was like a couple times where there were maybe me and another person, but usually people are going to their workshops, their retreats, they're going to do the different activities. So it's not like there's lots of people in there at the same time. And then the other thing is, yes, it is kind of dorm style, but it's very cozy and comfortable and not cozy in a way that like, people say cozy, but it means it's like pejorative. It's actually cozy. You know what I'm saying? And also, like the view that you see in this picture here is literally the view out of every room. Like every
Yeah.
room you face nature, you face the forest. So it's really stunning. So yeah, even if you're like, oh, this is kind of, it's so beautiful. You face the forest, you hear the birds in the morning. You see the fall leaves changing. Like we get to be there during a very special time. It's just the beginning of fall, and as Liana said, all these pictures are from the Omega Institute. Some of them are ones that Liana's partner has taken while we were there last year. So it's a really really beautiful place, and I would say it's on par with like something like a glamping experience as opposed to like
Yeah.
camping because they come, they clean the space every day. They make sure that the shared bathrooms are always well taken care of. Yeah.
Yeah, glamping is a great way of describing it. And also, another thing that I think is a bonus about October is that I don't remember experiencing a lot of mosquitoes. I've been at the Omega Institute in August, but when I went in October, I do not remember us having to use bug spray last time we were there. So that's a huge selling point, in my opinion. All right. So Shirin is going to lead us now in a short envisioning practice just to allow you to settle and to imagine yourself there. Oh, Shirin, you have to unmute. There we
I'm
go.
always so worried about background noise. And okay, this will be short, but Leon and I just wanted to invite you into the experience of what could be this fall. So I invite you to, if you would like, to turn off your video because we'll just do the meditation if that feels more comfortable for you. If not, just keep it on and find yourself in a nice, relaxed position. And when you do, you can either close your eyes or have them just gazing softly downward. And once you've done that, let's just all take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the body, expanding, and breathing out on a ha. Breathing in deeply again through the nose, feeling that expansion 360 degrees, the chest, the belly, the back, and breathing out on a ha. And a final deep, full, nourishing breath in through the nose and out on a big ha. Allowing the body and the breath to settle, allowing the breath to find a regular cadence, and perhaps really inviting that intention of softness and settling as the breath comes back to its regular cadence and checking in with the body and allowing for softness, checking in areas like our jaw and our shoulders, our chest, where we sometimes tend to hold on, just softening and softening. And if it's possible, bringing that intention of softness to the heart. I imagine many of us are joining this call at the end of a long day, or in the middle of a week, a long week perhaps already. So inviting that softness to our heart space. So I invite you to imagine yourself in the middle of a forest. And as we are speaking of Omega in the fall in October, as you imagine this beautiful forest, imagining the trees, colors of marigold, orange, sienna, burgundy, that beautiful smell in the air early in the morning during the autumn. There's almost a smell to the chill in the air. And feeling your feet on the ground, hearing the leaves crisp, crushing beneath your feet. As we envision this in the middle of the summer with the humidity and the heat and the rain, imagining yourself with the sun shining through those beautiful fall leaves and the coolness around you, inviting you to soften and relax. Imagining yourself here in the space where you have offered yourself this gift of rest and play and connection. How does your body feel knowing that you are tending to yourself? How does your spirit feel in this space? What would it mean to tend to yourself, to take really good care of yourself? And really sensing into the possibility of a full weekend ahead of you where you get to just be with you. What would that be like? I now invite you to kind of tilt your head up to the sky and imagine yourself in this visualization, really tilting it up to the sun and curling your lips up into a smile as you feel the sun against your skin, as you smell the beautiful fall air, and as you sense into the possibility of what could be. Placing a hand on your heart if that feels comfortable, perhaps one on your belly. And let's take in 3 deep breaths as we did at the beginning. Breathing in deeply through the nose, out on a ha, Another deep breath in through the nose. A final beautiful deep breath in and out on a ha. Whenever you feel ready, coming back to this moment, coming back to this present time, and blinking your eyes open whenever it feels right. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shirin. I wanted to stay with the fall leaves. It was such a beautiful practice. So yeah, we're excited now just to open up the floor for any questions you may have about this experience. Any question you may have. I know a question that I've received from a few people is like, how do you get there? A pretty practical question. So Metro North goes right up to Rhinebeck, New York. So you can take Metro North, and there's a shuttle from the station that goes to the Omega Institute pretty often on that Friday. I don't know the times off the top of my head, but I've taken the shuttle myself to the Omega Institute from the Rhinebeck Metro North Station. So it's very easy to get there. And even the ride up is absolutely stunning, seeing the Hudson Valley. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions? It's so wonderful to see your faces. Wow. It's like different chapters of my life.
Um, I just want to say thank you guys for that meditation. It was so well needed, especially today for me personally. Just because I have a lot on my plate and today was a pretty stressful day, so that was perfect right now. So thank you. Regarding questions, you answered my question already, Liana, because I was curious how we were gonna get there. And I'm assuming like on the link, because I don't know how to spell Ryan Beck. So I'll eventually probably find the clear like a clear direction to that and the shuttle. I'm assuming you guys have it posted somewhere.
Yes, I can definitely share that in an email, just like the accommodations and how to travel there. But it's pretty easy getting there for sure from Grand
Mm.
Central.
Okay. And I also want to confirm the exact date. I believe it was from October 10th to the 12th.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So it's
October 10th.
October 10th through 12th. Sharon, do you mind sharing the link in the chat for us, as well as
Yes.
yeah, there's also a link that Omega has of like how to travel there, which
I
is
was actually just about to do that. I also know I want to look into this, but I feel like the last time I did something at Omega, they also have like kind of a community forum for ride shares. So a lot of people come
yeah.
from the city. So that's also an option too. Folks will kind of post like, I'm riding up this weekend who would like to, and usually end up pitching in for gas and stuff. But I'm just
Yeah.
looking into that. So I just put the information for the our retreat. And I'm just
Mhm.
going to quickly look on the website because they have like extensive directions on how to get there, whether you're coming by car or whether you're coming by transit. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. And I definitely will be coming by transit. But the
Yes.
ride, yeah, I've never done the ride share thing, so I'm not entirely sure how to go about that. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Hi there. Hello. Hi, Liana. Nice to see you again. Hi, nice
Nice to see you.
everyone else. Yeah, this all sounds very lovely and very needed right now. Um, and maybe I kind of missed it as you both were kind of talking through some of the like sessions and sort of like different like I don't want to say agenda, that sounds so professional, but kind of just like the activities day by day. Kind of curious, are a lot of these kind of like group oriented activities like I'm kind of curious, like, is it like a lot of like group activities or sort of more like individualized, kind of go at your own pace sort of activities?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Great question. So it's a mix. I would say that each day has some component of meditation. So the first day we're going to be meditating, individually for likely about 45 minutes. And then Saturday is about probably 2 to 2.5 hours of meditating. And then on Sundays, about 1 hour meditating. So the weekend itself, I would say all in all, has about 4 to 5 hours of deep inner work practice, like just for you to turn inward. And then we have moments of like group discussions and journaling. And also, the journaling is also time with yourself one on one. But when we're doing group discussions, that's really the only moment in which we do like small group, whole group activity. So, yeah.
And I'll add to that too. Both Liana and I are on the spectrum of introverted and extroverted. And I know sometimes within programs like this, yeah, it's like uh, it can be very like, oh, there's not enough time for me to process, and so we always make sure that whether you're an introvert or an extrovert or introvert extrovert, that there's something for you, and we kind of tend to have a really good balance of you having your own time to process and connect, and you will never feel forced to have to, one, do any activity, but two, also share something that you don't want to share with anyone at all. So yes, we really value that and value your experience. So I don't know if that is part of the question you were asking, but yes, we both Leon and I are just kind of very understanding of that because of our own personal experiences as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that help answer that? Yes. Okay. Also,
Wonderful.
I have an answer to the travel, everyone, because I was just looking. So I'm going to link it here. So they actually, I had remembered they had changed some things with travel. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And if you press the travel tab and then like how to get here by train, so you can either take the Amtrak to Rhine Cliff, or you can take the Metro North to Poughkeepsie. And those are the closest stations to the Omega Institute. So that's it. The link is right there. And yeah, it has all that information.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course. Yeah, thank you for your questions, guys. And thank you for that question too, Mel. I went to 2 silent silent retreats this summer. So I completely want to have a healthy balance of time that's just for you versus time interacting with groups. So it's definitely an art form that Shirin and I are trying to touch upon for this weekend. I love silent practice and being alone. Yeah. All right. Do we have any questions? Lourdes, do you have a question? Nope. Perfect. I
No, honestly, today, I hope you can hear me okay. I have my headphones and sometimes they're funky.
can hear you.
Um, no, this is divine. Yeah, I mean, it's been hi everybody, I'm Rita. But it's been a really painful week. Since I purchased my tickets to go back to the Dominican Republic, it's resurfacing a lot of stuff for me that has been unprocessed, right? So I haven't been home in definitely like over 10 years. And so it's like facing the monsters. But one of the things that came up during my meditation today, so I mean, my face is really puffy and all the stuff. Like I spent an hour crying, y'all. Um, and and I don't know how it came up. It was just like, yo, I'm gonna breathe and fall. Like I'm gonna learn how to breathe this fall. Like all this stuff is going to like facing these things and doing all this stuff. Like summer is not gonna be scary after this summer. And I'm so excited and I'm looking forward to it. And Oh my goodness, going back to dorm style, but in nature. And I really felt like I have these little hiking boots that are super comfortable. They're my commuter hiking boots. And I truly was like when um y'all were talking about, like the envisioning process, I really was trying to crunch sleeves. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play. I'm so excited to just be outside. I'm so excited to be with women, just like home people. Like I'm really just excited for them. And I didn't
Ah,
even think about this, right? I go on Instagram and I'm like, oh, snap, that's right. Liana has this thing. And I didn't think that I was going to be open and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, it's just all like twisted and turned. So, no, I don't have any questions. I'll find a way to get there and it'll be fine.
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much, Lourdes.
much.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I was gonna add as you were saying that, one thing I remembered also, we did the same retreat there last October. October is actually a more quiet time at Omega, and
Yeah.
so that's also really nice as well. Usually, like especially in the summertime, there's like because there's multiple retreats happening there right at the same time. In October, it's scaled back a lot. And so, yeah, the space is a lot more just quiet and still. And the likelihood of having less people in the dorms is higher. It's just it's a more of a chill time there. So when you're saying like I'm gonna breathe this fall, I don't know. I was just like, oh, there's a lot of room to breathe there. So yes, and a lot of room to be in your hiking boots and get out into the nature. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so exciting. I have the same. I have hiking boots in my closet and I have yet to put them on. So this is gonna be the perfect time to do it.
Time.
They've been sitting there for a while. And so this is gonna be awesome. And I definitely agree in like divine timing at this present moment. Like Liana, I haven't seen you since I was like a senior in high school. And that was back in 2017. And to like stumble across your Instagram account and I'm like, oh my God, Liana. Because hello, you were one of all of our favorite teachers, of course. And once I saw that you were doing spiritual retreats, I'm like, this is so up my alley because I've also been into the spiritual wellness field for the past 2 years now,
Oh,
and
beautiful.
wanting to elevate a little more and actually go on a retreat. So this will be my first time ever like attending a retreat, and I've just had it
Oh,
like on the back burner, like as a dream, a vision. And then I saw that you are hosting them, and I'm like, what better way to join one with my old English teacher, like my old high school English teacher. So this is really divine timing and beautiful. So thank you guys for doing this and sharing this. I think it resonates with all of us in this present moment.
oh, thank you guys so much. My face hurts from smiling so much. I'm just so happy. Yeah, I'm just so
Oh,
happy and excited for us. It's going to be such a fun weekend and so healing and nourishing. So, yeah, just thank you guys
yes.
so much for joining us. And I'm going to email out this recording, and you can always email Shirin and I if you have any questions. I'm just so in deep, deep gratitude that we're able to connect with you guys. It's sort of like a preview of the retreat. So we're 2 months away. So, yeah, just thank you so much for your time. Shirin, do you want to add anything as we close slowly?
No, I just really both Leon and I, one, we're so grateful that you are here, you signed up, you showed up. Just very grateful for that. And we really get to hope to see you this October in the fall. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes.
Thank
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.